Well, I guess it's just you and me, Mr. Turkey.
I'm pretty good at drinking beer. I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
Hey-o! How's it going? What the heck is going on over here? Sorry. Just off-screen stuff. Looks like the picture is going straight through a red filter. Custom mode. Wow, let's customize those. Sorry. Could have done all this beforehand, but you know what? I didn't. Hey, guess what? Biden is still not showing himself. Starting to wonder, no matter what I put it on, it doesn't. Calibrated. Let's just do calibrated and move on, ladies and gentlemen. Lady and gentlemen, gentlemen's. Okay, we're going to be looking at ABSOLUT Vodka Cran Raspberry. This is part of a variety pack that I picked up, and there's one flavor left after this. That's more or less good news for me. Well, not really, because like Jolson says, you don't have to like it to review it. Actually, he never said that, but I'll give him credit. So basically what this is water. I don't have anything on here, but I do have J-Dog's favorite gun out, and I also received a couple of holsters from 1791. Evidently they wanted me to review them. Unless one of you sent them, but I do have a contact there. God damn it. See, speaking of leather, I just got done doing some stuff with the Wicked Wax. McLean, there is a video. Okay. It smells like I'm getting the raspberry before the cranberry, but at this point in the game. Cheers. And Trump 2024. Again, they're not. You know, it's like sparkling water. You know, if you get spiked. that was almost like Kamala saying the recording. I mean, the call when Biden called in. See, if anyone have heard this, because I've asked about this, and it still goes back at least 4 days now since he was seen, and there's a whole bunch of thing about rushing him to the hospital in Vegas and then standing that down, and then, you know, and I agree with Styx. When Styx says that call to Kamala, that was not AI. I don't believe it was AI. I also do not believe for a second that it was live. It was a pre-recorded thing. His interaction there was no interaction. I think something seriously happened. Supposedly there's going to be a state of the, whatever, an address. Is it tomorrow? We'll see. Personally, for medical reasons, he should have been done a long time ago. And everybody that's from his caretaker, I mean his wife, to everyone else that has facilitated this is just as complacently evil as all of the rest of them. But I've said before, and I don't care if you find out that he's like a frickin' vegetable because he's stroked out. He is an evil piece of shit. And the only thing better about knowing that he was that Mother Nature that Mother Nature karma'd him is if he was at the top of the steps of Air Force One and Obama was like halfway and things just worked themselves out. That's all I'm saying. I truly think that this deep state democratic liberal we have gone publicist. I'm trying my best, but we have, as a government, they have gone to the point of evil. I mean, we are like communist countries are probably taking notes going, God damn, that was good. You see what? Yeah. Okay, so evidently there's 91 comments. Beforehand, though, since I did touch on it, I want to say that these 1791, they are a very nicely made and put together holster. As like most leather holsters, they recommend that you wrap your gun in something. Like I usually use wax paper from the kitchen. But I haven't done any of that. I mean, I literally just got the holster in, and I figured what was more appropriate than this holster with this gun. It just smells like fresh. So I got the standard style one, and I guess these are new in their lineup. They haven't had these traditional ones, and of course the one that I actually say that more of you should get. I think me and Wade were having this conversation the day that I decided this one fit a little bit better right out the door. Oh yeah, there we go. Out the door. The tanker style, and then of course you'd put your belt through that belt loop. So I can see for me, I need to bring this up just a little bit more, but I really, now it's a catch-22, unless it's the middle of the winter and you can put your jacket up and over it, or you have a concealed carry and just don't give a flying shit if people see it. This is the best way to carry a firearm while you're in your vehicle. When it's on your side, it's trapped by the seatbelt or your shirt or your jacket, or whatever. The day that I spent a couple of days driving around with the tanker style holster, I was like, this is, if I'm ever going to go somewhere where I feel that I need extra help. That was like when Lily used to live down in the Twin Cities. Her neighborhood. You literally could sit on her front porch and hear gunshots. I think it was 5 one day. I don't remember, 3 or 5, but you shouldn't hear any. But again, it's nicely made. If I was to critique anything at all, I would say that the belt loop is, especially if you were actually military and you had a really wide belt. I mean, this looks like it'd be fine for, I don't know if I guess I do have something down here that would qualify. Actually, let me rephrase, I have something right here that would qualify. Oh, well, I guess it was somewhat of a optical illusion. This would be the fattest belt that I have. And I want to say that this comes in at, I don't think it does 2 inches. I think this is, what a guy know about length, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. But I would say that would be about where that would get maxed out. Yeah, I like the quality. The quality of it. The other one that I have is I think more of a traditional because of the way the straps are. Like for instance, I just nothing better than getting a frickin' holster that doesn't come with, with any directions of how to put it on. And I keep saying to myself, I should put out a video mainly so that I can watch it when I forget. This is the style of this one. It would go over your shoulder, and this one goes around your back, and it too also has the belt loop. But look at the difference in size. You think of some of the military style woven belts. This one though, I think this one's more of a traditional style, but definitely a little bit thinner on the leather itself. I'm not necessarily saying that that's a bad thing. I'm simply stating that the one from 1791 holsters, gun holsters, that one's. These are both really thick, and you can see or maybe you can't. Maybe you can, and I just can't on this monitor. Got the. I don't make these kind of holsters, so I have no idea why that's even like that. You got your through your belt. Still to this moment in time, I have no idea what that is on the military stuff. I'm sure right now someone is answering the damn question, but the leg tie. So if you're looking for the tanker style or a traditional style, like I said, I haven't even gotten to look. I had no idea that these were going to be these are going to be showing up. I do like this. I think I have a couple of these too, and I can tell you right now the thickness of the grain of this leather is by far more than any other one that I have seen, and it also comes with the coat hanger. I have to look. I think I might have a code. I might have a code with them. If it is, it'll be in the top of the description. Oh, I should have started this out just like Jay. Hi, Eric, on the wrong channel. That was the last one. I don't know how I thought I even had the window up to upload it to the other account, and I did put myself in the... Yeah, because it was a Bloody Mary review, and it ended up over here. That video was supposed to be over there, so just pretend it was over there. If you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, I got like a whole bunch of comments I have to read, and yeah, yeah, she's kind of cute. Yeah. So how was your day? Well, my day is going good. Glad you asked. So we should read some comments now. Okay, first in was Rich saying cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Bad sub-comment says cheers. Svara Money says here. Bad says cheers. Mr. Def 2417 says first ? I hate to say it, but actually third. Unless you guys all hit the button at the same time. Smile Money. My Olight laser light died during my last range outing. It charged back up, but it is frustrating. Bad says cheers to you. It's upstairs on my side of the couch right now. Trying to think. I think every single one of those that I have in use right now is all on something in use. But right on the if you're holding the gun just like this, Smile Money, as you probably already know, but this is, I guess, just an infomercial, it has a little dot that is supposed to start glowing red when the laser flashlight needs to be charged. Now, as full disclosure, I think I've noticed it one time. So when I actually pressed the button and the flashlight and the laser came on and then immediately went out and it was dead and it had to be charged, I don't know if I missed the telltale sign that it was supposed to be charged. And Sharky, absolutely, just for and only you, before this video started, I made sure that the answer to my question to you was an outstanding yes. I do see the projectile, Eric. You know why? Because not only is this a full metal jacket, but I brought it over and mother polished the shit out of it. Just for you, Sharky. Just for you. Just so when I went, hey, Sharky, can you see it? Uh-huh. Oh, and J-Dog, did I mention I have a Smith & Wesson 1066? Not sure if I ever have. He's gonna punch me. Mr. 27 says, 5th Brewbromy Brew viewer here. And Bad says cheers. Then he says, oh, Conan Brew Bomy Conquer intro, nice. And Bad says cheers. Oh, God. I know I've shared it, but the video of her without the top on while golfing, priceless. For $19.99, I will send it to you too. For one strike against the channel, I could have it run in the background. Miss 27 says, make all the Brew Babes jugs real again 2024. And Bad says, cheers. Smile Money says, condolences for your sister and her son. Thank you, Smile Money. And Bad says, cheers. The day hadn't gotten so away from me, I have to run up to her place and take a look because, she's got some stuff that she needs to get done, and now she knows see, she always used to wait for Bob to go on his annual fishing trip on Mother's Day, and then I'd go over to the house and take care of some of the stuff that absolutely, positively had to get done, and but I always had to do things that Bob would believe she knew how to do. Otherwise, you can't steal a man's But, like Pam used to say, after asking for over a frickin' year. But she's got I guess she's had new linoleum for her kitchen for 3 years now. Rolled up somewhere. Hopefully it's not brittle. And she would like me to put that in for her. I'm like, sure. I also have to pick up a few other things. Could have done that today, but you didn't see me yesterday because I felt like I don't know how to explain it. There was like something wrong with my stomach, and I didn't feel nauseous. I had no desire to eat. I'd go from, I don't know, Christine says I probably had the flu. I also elected to not go pursue anything today. I know, my bad, I should have. But I really kind of felt like dirt. I had to follow Christine up to the dealership to have here, this is bullshit. And I probably should just leave it lay where it is right now. There is a service bulletin, not a recall. And as Sam pointed out to me, if there's a recall on your car, there shouldn't be an expiration date on it. But it's a service bulletin for the start button. When you press the start button, just recently, in the last month and a half, I think less than that, brings up a thing that says keyless start failure, and then if you press the button again, it would start again. So, look it up. There's a service bulletin. It's covered by Honda. As they told me this morning, it's covered for 9 years. Guess what? 22 days ago was 9 years since I purchased the vehicle. I was working down at Jolson's last month when I made the appointment, and they couldn't get me in. They're the reason that it's been more than 9 years. I don't know. I wasn't feeling good this morning. I didn't want to argue with the guy. He said that he was willing to eat half of the labor. So it brought the total bill for the part replaced in the Honda to $161. Plus, it needed an oil change, so I had them do that too. So that means the bill's probably $1,000. I am still wondering if I am out of place to bring it up again when I'm up there. Being that, technically, like Sam said, you were within the 9 years when you tried to make the appointment. She goes, you wanted the appointment as soon as possible, but they told you the soonest they get you in was the 22nd, right? Yes. She said, the term in our industry is to have it been goodwilled. In other words, the dealership or Honda themselves should have just eaten it because it was 22 days beyond the 9 years. And I am someone that has everything done to Christine's Pilot by the dealership. They have done every cabin filter, every oil change, there was a recall for a condenser in the air conditioner that got replaced. Other than that, we've had no problems with this thing. None. Of course, right now as we speak, it is 9 years old with 36,000 miles showing on the odometer. Which is why I have told you in the past, I went for the 80,000 or 8 years, and unfortunately it's been 9. I don't know. By the time it's absolutely shit beer. Blue Moon reminds me of, say, a beer that has run down the ass crack of a sweaty plumber, and then they put it in a bottle. Complete shit. Sorry. If you like Blue Moon, I was just kidding. I love it. Some of the best beer I've ever had. No, I'm pretty sure I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say something. Salty says, all for naked and naked for all. And then somehow this turned into 300 sub-comments. Multi-Gunman says, naked for me and naked for nobody else. Wade says, I feel that naked is highly overrated, especially when I look in the mirror. Mr. 27 says, Multi-Gunman, selfish with nakedness, I'm disappointed. Wade then says, Mr. 27, it's better to be disappointed than struck blind. Bad says to Wade, cheers. Mr. 27, he says, cheers. Then to Wade again, he says, cheers. And then the Multi-Gunman, he says, cheers. And then he just says, cheers. And then Mr. 27 says to Wade, some laughing faces. I get carpal tunnel and we move on. Wade, I checked my carry gun daily and every Else, on odd months, I change my batteries on July 1st regardless. I also have a good flashlight as part of my EDC. And Bad says cheers. Evidently, he's deep into the Bloody Marys. Wade says sincere condolences for your sister and her son. And Bad says cheers. Thank you, Wade. And, yeah, like I said on Sunday, me and Bob have always had kind of a rocky relationship, but after he gave up the heavy drugs, because marijuana, according to everybody now that smokes marijuana, that is not a drug. Shit. But when he gave up the really terrible stuff, he did change personality-wise, and our relationship has been, I would say, pretty good, except for a small window. Well, when my father passed away, me and my sister had an agreement. I would give her my dad's house and expect nothing in return. Then my sister said, since I'm taking the house, you can have any money that's found. And I said, up to a certain amount, because if the house is worth $250,000 and I find $1 million, I said, I'm going to be, divvying it up with you. But long story short, I didn't think the house that she had was all that property was nice, but the house that she had was not all that nice, and I wanted her to have what I thought was a nice house. Turns out that my dad's house was an absolute fucking nightmare, except for how would me or my sister know, because my dad was a useless piece of shit, and we never talked. So, fuck him. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress. So, yeah, so my dad had a brand new car with like 865 miles on it, but he didn't buy the death insurance. So Ford Motor Corporation said, you absolutely can buy your dad's car from us for whatever the payoff is today, Eric. Fuck you, Ford Motor Credit. Go ahead, repo the car. We'll get a few months of free use out of it. But then there was the Toyota, and I took the Toyota, and Bob got all pissed off because your sister's never had a nice vehicle. Well, I don't know, get off your fucking ass and get a real job other than scrapping and filling up your fucking yard and making your place look like a shithole. God, if I gave you the address to my sister's place and you Google Earthed it, you'd go, Jesus Christ, what are we looking at? A junkyard? Uh-huh. So now my sister has to get rid of all that. So, crying 1 minute because of how much she misses Bob, because they've been together forever. 33, 34 years? More? God, it'd have to be more. And then angry when she realizes the magnitude of what she's been left with. But he had scrapper friends. Just come on over. Take it all away. Give her a fair percentage. Be done with it. But yeah, I think you know when your time is coming. Because for the last couple of weeks, he had been telling her that we got some stuff we need to take care of because I'm going to be gone soon. And then, of course, I don't remember if I said it or not. That was 2 days ago, and yesterday is a complete blur to me. That's the way I felt. But I think the reason that he treated her like shit is because he did not want her to see him die. Didn't want her to see him going through all of that. Treated her like shit. She did, and then he got exactly what he wanted. She left, and then, of course, he was still alive, but not on a machine. And then she had to make the decision with Jake to flip the switch or not. But he was never going to be coming back anyway, so. I can tell you, having been there, done that, that is definitely not not an easy thing, and I hope none of you. But if you're my age, though, you probably have either participated in it or had to do it. But it is not a fun thing to have to make that decision. I'd love to play hide the eggs. Wait, I'm lucky enough that I can recognize when symptoms present themselves in myself as well as others. It's kind of my job even now. Bat says cheers. Din says get you some. Bat says cheers. Smart Money says you never threaten any political figures. That's good. That gabapentin must really be good stuff. And Bad says cheers. Well, I mean, Smile Money, and once again, I'd be happy to go on record against the wishes of my publicist. If you are a politician and you want to come for the Second Amendment and take people's guns, then I believe you deserve to get whatever you deserve at that moment in time. Even now, someone took a shot at Trump. We need to get rid of the guns. You know, this is the same government that wanted to take all the took all the guns away from the Indians and then relocated and killed them. Anybody that wants to disarm you, those are all the reasons that you need to keep those guns. And right now, I agree with a lot of the comments that are going on. Unfortunately, it falls. I know, Smile Money. God, it'd be nice to get out there and do some more shooting videos. It's unlikely at this moment in time. And I'm not going to say this because I want anyone to feel guilty, because my channel is not at a point where I'm going to be lucky like some of them and they get ammo manufacturer sponsoring them and sending them ammo so that they have something that they can shoot up and they don't have to worry about it. I don't have that luxury. So chances are, right now, as far as I am concerned, I am mostly on a complete and freeze emporium on shooting, because until we get to the other side of the election, I don't want to waste any ammunition. I'm sorry. I would love to actually get out and be able to put up some video. I did film our outage on Sunday. It was just static. Put the camera right there. Have a good time. At least, because I know Smile Money is one of the biggest advocates. How hard is it to at least bring the camera? I did not have the one set up showing the targets. I really should have for a few of them. One for the little Vistava and how fucking accurate that little thing is for what it is. I was personally shocked. Fortunately, it's only a .32 caliber, but it's better than nothing. If you want to kick in my back door while I'm sitting at the desk and I don't feel like using that one, I'll just use the one that's in another undisclosed location. But no, I'm hoping that I can still get out and do the JP, maybe the JP Killer, the 24-inch, possibly bring the DRG manufacturing to see how it can compete against the 24-inch, and obviously the Mosin, and the JP are a couple, but I'm sorry, I do not have the amount of ammunition laying around that in uncertain times that I want to use it. I'm just sorry. It's probably not gonna happen. Or if it does, it'll be that whole bang. Okay, I'm done. Tap out. Smile Money David said it on his phone call during the review. I know 24 hours ago. Ass water. I don't even know what that even is about. Bad says cheers. I think I know what that's about. Mike says, cheers, man. Cheers, Mike. Bad says, cheers. Then Smile Money says he was boosted by another officer and was doing a pull-up to look over the edge of the roof. He fell 8 feet and maybe could not stand to try again. It's true. Or is it true? I do not know. Oh, the officer. Oh, boost. Yeah, I heard that he was somehow boosted up by another officer. Bad says cheers. Smile Money says 32. It's only 10 more than a 22. And Bad says cheers. Smile Money says the reviews of the breathalyzers were all drunk. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers did not endorse that meter. No shit. Bad says cheers. I mean, come on, man! Like right now, if Sam or Christine call and say, I'm stuck on the side of the road, can you come? I've had 90% of that, and these are what, 4-7? I know it's on here. I know it's on here. 4.5. 4.5. Would I drive right now? Yeah, because I know I'm legal for that. I'd leave the gun at home just to be safe. On the other hand, if somebody called now, I would probably have to see if I could find a ride or take an Uber or anything. That's something that I don't know how anybody could come up with the excuse. I'll put it this way. Here, I'll do a Joe Biden. Right now, I'm here to tell you that the most expensive taxi cab is not anywhere near the cost of a DWI. Then, if you have a DWI where you killed somebody, taxi or Uber. Jesus. Looks like she could fucking open up coconuts with her vag. Mike says condolences to Pam. Thank you, Mike. And Pat says cheers. Smile Money says, instead of Demolition Ranch, imagine if the shooter was a subscriber to this channel. I'm sure CNN and MSNBC would agree with your assessment. I think it would be great. I mean, I can't remember what attorney said this. Any publicity is good publicity. Those look good. And Bad says cheers. And then, I love grapes. And then Smile Money says, Rachel Maddow during an air interview, Mr. Bomey, what exactly did you mean by voting from the rooftops? I meant, if you try to come for my guns, let's do a preemptive strike. Rachel, back to you.
That was bullshit.
Do you think holding your hand in the shape of a gun and saying a politician's name followed by bang red mist is a warm and fuzzy way to say hello? Yes. Bad says, or goodbye. Bad says, if he has a subscriber to his channel, he'd probably have had more respect for Trump. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Welcome to Monday. Or Tuesday. Will she show up today? Agent Chaos. The only thing that surprises me about the Joe Biden dropping out of the race is that it didn't happen sooner. For their political side, it probably really should have. Bad says cheers. And then he says, actually, it makes total sense. Kamala could not win the primary. But doing it this way, the people don't get to have a say in it. You know, isn't that bullshit, though? After all, and I'll keep saying it, we are a constitutional republic. We are not a democracy. Democracy is exactly what our founding fathers wanted us to avoid, because you go from a democracy to socialism to communism. What was the question? Oh, yeah. If he would have done, see, right now they're just like they had to use bullshit tactics, strong arm. Oh, all of the delegates are going to be automatically transferred from Biden over to Kamala. But you know, there is a list of, is it 10 or 12 states that cannot. They have already picked Biden, and that is where it stands. And I believe Minnesota is actually one of them. Poco says, sup? And of course, Bad says, you guessed it, cheers. Then he says, so Hillary is running now? And Bad says, cheers. And he says, the bitch can't run any better than Brandon walks downstairs. And then Poco says, she'll run like Benghazi and get away like she did in Watergate. Oh. Zippy says, hashtag Trump Vance 2024.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Holy steaming shit, Batman. Cobra says, today I saw someone walking down the street all masked up. COVID zombies are real. Yes, they are. I had to stop at Walgreens this morning, and a week ago when I was in there, the same idiot, female, I set down throat lozenges, Kleenex, and some Advil cold and sinus on the thing, and I shit you not, she went like this. Beep. Beep. What the fuck? You god... A week later, she's all masked up in there today when I stopped in. You can't fix stupid. You really can't fix stupid. The mask does, by percentage, nothing. Actually, as it turns out, it does harm to you. But that's okay. She didn't have a brain in the first place. Cobra says H4. H4 is a hit. Cheapo Gunga, the Democrat is always bizarre. And a 1 and a 2 and a...
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And Bad says...
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And Jolson says we need more cowbell, but that's on an old video, so I can't possibly apply those rules. McLean says 380 is the new 32. And Bad says, I wouldn't want to be shot with either, but I also wouldn't carry either unless I had no other options. I agree with that statement. McLean, I blame Joe. Quitting square on you, buddy. You and the constant negativity aimed towards him. for shame's sake. And I add,
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
red mist. Just kidding. I don't even know what you're talking about. Decline. I got a code blue here, Eric. No cigar. Send help. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm missing something too. Jolson, can be really cool if we can hear you. That was on the Founders one. Then he says on the right one, well, this don't look like the backup channel. Nope, it wasn't. Then he says we need more cowbell. See, I would have cowbelled if I would have been on the right channel. Sharky, cheers, all catching up. SVD on deck. Shot that and made it disassemble its guts. Fun times. Yes, nothing like rebuilding a gun out at the range. Then Sharky says, nice box indeed. Not a fan of partial serrated knives, but overall looks like a good blade regardless. The blade runs $70 on Amazon. Exact same one over here is about $90 including tax. Hey, I know how I could save you $20. Sharky says SH classic balmy zombie outro. These were both on the Tiki Coladas. On the right video, on the wrong channel, he says, cheers all. Skipping one, we'll return later to that one. The news took precedence. Coast Guard Nikki, nice. Didn't shoot that. Here we go. Then he says, condolences for Pam and the rest of the family. The whole circumstances make it even more crap. Sad times. Mr. 27 says, help me, old man Brubomi, I'm thirsty, and you have the only beer. Sharky says, 4055. Reminds me of the Limp Bizkit masterpiece, Chocolate Starfish. Okay, now I really have to look.
What? Act like you.
That's right. Cooter control. Then Sharky says SH, Bomi in office, and the Barbio Myron outro. Nice. David says there is a way to avoid buying an at-home breathalyzer. Guess what it may be? And Bad says drive to Eric's house and use his? That could be it, Bad. That's probably it. Smart Money says 48 comments. Dang, those are rookie numbers. I guess they don't count the one YouTube deletes. Bad says we gotta pump that number up. See, I guess I see how that started. We can do that. We can do better than that. Then he says 48 comments. Eric won't even finish a single beer in 48 comments. Then he says 48 comments and 70 reviews. Come on, people. We can do this. Then he says YouTube deleted comments. Come on, man. Then he says,
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
Then he says probably has 1,000 views and 2,000 comments until YouTube censorship kicks in. Then Bad says should have at least 55 comments now. Then he says, oops, 56. Then he says 57, just like the sauce. Well, like I said before, especially I laugh after somebody said, oh, Eric just wants to blah, blah, blah. It's really because nobody watches his channel anymore. And then I got the dude from Boyd Stocks going, upon an actual in-depth deep dive into your channel, yeah, the numbers that you and everybody else sees are total bullshit. And that YouTube definitely, at a bare minimum, they just make it so that, you know, your channel doesn't pop up when I mean, how many times, if I could get $100 for every single time somebody has said to me, I thought you stopped making videos. I hadn't seen anything new, and then out of the blue, somehow somebody made a comment about me on another channel, and then they did and here we are. But no, that's right. It's my imagination. That's why my channel went from 1,000 to 4,000 in a short amount of time, and then from 4,000 to 10,000 in an even less amount of time, and then I hit like 20,000, and then a decade later I'm at 22. It's okay though. As far as I'm concerned, I really don't. Honestly, other than the friendships that I made, but a lot of us would still figure out a way to get together. Maybe the fun factor would definitely go down because of being able to heart comments and you get notified and that kind of shit. If this channel, if both of the Captain Dick Nozzle channels got deleted, then I might just permanently switch to Mr. 10mm Bullet for brew reviews. But as they get deleted, I don't know. The only reason that this channel exists is because of Poco, and then he created the next one for me, my backup channel, the one I was supposed to have used for my last video. The brew channel, I probably would fight maybe a little bit longer. Create, you know, if like Poco, I think he said that he's already created the next one or whatever. I would just burn through what I have left because I enjoy you guys and the friends that I've made. But YouTube, they slit their own throats. If the word Smile Money, if the word red mist would be out there, it'd be any reference to any of the fucking idiots that have the control over YouTube. But of course, it's all social media right now. They have to control the narrative. How great would it be if we could actually just live in patriotism? Donald Trump has the first term ever as the president of Patriot America. All them fucking loser piece of shit deep state asshole Democrats can just go somewhere else. Because I'd be willing to, we could, over here in patriotism, where the flags are flown and the Constitution really means something and you're proud of where you live, and if you're not, then fucking get out. Meanwhile, over there, we could have a running total tally over here on a bet on how long it'll take before the liberals completely fuck it up. Because all they care about is greed. And they thrive on these stupid people. Case in point. If you're hearing me say this, more than likely, you're one of the smart ones. But the black culture, just for the most part, the most manipulated, used part of our society. If you think that the Democratic Party gives a flying shit about you, you are really getting some good shit. Call Matt, he could use some of it. I mean, oh, the Republicans never did anything for me. No, the Democratic Party never did anything for you. They pretend to give a shit every election cycle. Other than that, they don't care about you. They don't give a shit about you. For the most part, I would say most politicians don't give a shit about you. Donald Trump, right or wrong, cares at least about the American people. And it'd be so nice for him to actually get in and have the power of the purse and wipe out the entire deep state the best you can. Get rid of BlackRock or Blackhawk or whatever the fuck it is. The ones that, you know, there's like a small group of families that have power over everything. Imagine being able to just get rid of them. And Smile Money, just for your blessing, when I say get rid of, I don't mean in the shade of red. Well, I kind of felt good for a second right there. I mean, just go the fuck away. Pick some other country to destroy. You and the Democratic Party have taken such a great place and run it so far into the fucking ground. The Democratic Party is an embarrassment. What's going on right now? Just the fact that so many people, I watched like an hour, I think it's still going on, the TV was on, if I go back upstairs, yes, absolutely. How many people right now in the United States say something is wrong with the assassination attempt? I personally feel that the deep state, the Democratic Party, had something to do with it. They had something to do with the last election cycle. I think they might have had something to do with a whole bunch of them leading up until then. I think they just didn't cheat enough, and that's why Hillary lost. They didn't foresee the magnitude of support for Donald Trump. Sorry, been watching a lot of people that are like, it's been foreseen. It's been foreseen. And something big, I think, is going to happen during the Democratic convention. Something really big. In a way, I really hope not. But we'll see. I hope it comes and goes. Ellie, miss you. Oh, of course, she was never here, but that's okay. Okay. Bad. Read more. That's a good sign. Nope. In the land where the sun shines clear lives a man named Eric, full of cheer. He loves his life simple and dear, with a hearty laugh and the love of beer. On weekends, he heads to the bar, not too close but never too far. With cold brew in thirsty hand, Eric the happiest in all the land. He's got a smile that's warm and wide, and friends who always stand by his side. Together they laugh, together they cheer, share stories over glasses of beer. But there's one thing that makes Eric swoon under the bright and silvery moon, a beauty that brings a joyful tear. Oh yes, Eric loves boobs and beer. With a twinkle in his eye so bright, he celebrates life every night. To Eric, with a heart so clear, here's to boobs and frosty beer. Jesus Christ. And how fitting. The last comment before going to the club is Usher Myers saying, "Good night, King." Good night, sir. Where do I put this? Well, it's somehow they got alcohol along with a little bit of flavor in there. On the non-E scale, I guess I'd give this one, I don't know, like a 7.5. Lawnmower beer. Hey, Sharky! Hey, Sharky! Hey, Sharky! Where's it? Where's it start? There we go. Yeah. The shit that I do for him. Oh, and that ass, yeah, I set that up to come up right about now. First in. Bad, saying cheers, clubbers. Cheers, bad. Then Mr. 27 says 111 comments for the winning. No. Then bad says...
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Then Mr. 27 says, have I mentioned how much I like bouncy big boobs brew jugs yet? I think this might be the first time. Then he says, Secret Service apparently are incompetent security. Yeah, she stepped down, which only makes me ask, what took you so long, you incompetent bitch? And you know what? Maybe we should get rid of the 5'4" women too. I mean, again, here's just another example, folks, of what happens when you have some fucking piece of shit give you some rules for how you hire somebody, as opposed to hiring the right person for the job. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't take that ex-Navy SEAL that's 6'7" and towers over even Donald Trump. We should pick some fucking 5'4" bitch because, oh, we don't have enough vaginas in the lineup. Every single one of these dumb fucks, if you were having brain surgery, would you want the fact that we had to hire a black, female, Mexican, Chinese girl because we didn't have enough of them on staff? She has a little experience of doing brain surgery, but good luck with that. Oh my God. Oh, liberalism. It's just a fucking embarrassment. And 8 seconds ago or so, Smile Money says, cheers, clubbers. Is the light green? The light is green, the trap is clean, and I am out of here. And like I said, I actually am very interested in some of these 1791 holsters. I did not know that they were going to send me these World War, I don't know if it's 1 and 2 or just, I didn't know they were going to send me any of these. I have to say, because I actually have examples of both of these, this is some good leather. Nice, like she likes it, nice and thick. And again, oh look, if they sent me some kind of code that you can use, by all means, but yeah, if you're looking for what I think is the ultimate driving holster, the tanker style holster, I mean, you need to get to your gun fast. Having it on you versus a holster mounted somewhere in your gun, on your side. Like I said, the only reason I'm saying that is because after a couple days of actually wearing it around, the only thing that was an issue is I was actually wearing it in a colder season, and when I got out of the car, I was able to put, that's the only side. Now, if you can legally have it, I don't know. What the hell can someone say? I mean, I guess I've never tried going into the grocery store wearing a tanker holster, but I don't have, there's not a side that would stop me. I just went into Caribou Coffee with a tactical, like SWAT rig on my side. Not a single person said anything. My service was awesome though, so cheers.